Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for making that on the call. It is 7:30. Today is October. What day is it today? Can anyone? I can believe. Today is October the 10th. A few more days until the Woods event. October 10th. It is 7:31. It is Wednesday. This is the Libertarian Party of Florida's Executive Committee emergency meeting, and I'm calling the meeting to order. Secretary Hicks, can you please take roll and see if we have quorum?
Yes, sir. Marcos?
Yes, present.
Omar Requero? Fred Coulter? I am here. Stephen Nicalia?
Here.
Chris Rose?
Present.
Greg Teal?
Present.
Spencer Garber?
Here.
Marie Morell?
Here.
Josh Folsom has designated Ryan Ramsey to be his proxy, and he has accepted, right, Ryan? And Ryan's present. Mike Cassidy? Mark Rodriguez? Okay. J. Mark Barfield?
Present.
Brandon Neal? George Leibovitz?
Present.
Charles Braden? Sean Elliott?
Present.
John Shuey? Suzanne Gilmore?
Suzanne Gilmore is present, and I believe John Shuey stated that he is in Europe and asked for an excusal.
Okay. All right. Martha Bueno? Okay, hold on just a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oops, hold on 1 second. Okay, I have 13.
Excellent. Thank you so much. We do have quorum, so we can go ahead and continue with this meeting. The motion that we have presented is from Secretary
Next
Hicks.
is approval of agenda first.
Yes. Is there any objections to the approval of the agenda? Would anyone like to second before we discuss?
Sean Elliott,
Brandon
second.
second.
Sean Elliott seconds. Is there any...
LR2 objects to the agenda.
Excellent, Mr. Rose. You are recognized. If you
Just wanted to object that the agenda only contains one item, despite the official request of multiple EC members to include some other time-sensitive imperative motions already filed in the forms.
This is Brandy. I haven't. Can I be recognized?
Yes, of course.
I haven't gotten any directly I haven't gotten any requests to change this agenda. Where was the? If you could let me know where it was sent to, because I haven't received anything official.
I received some information from Mr. Rose that he requested to add 2 motions to an emergency meeting. I did not add it to the emergency meeting. This emergency meeting was made specifically with the intent of approving the last unofficial vote specifically for the fundraising contract. So I did not include those in there. A special meeting has to have a specific reason to meet, and that reason specifically because it's time sensitive and we're having an event in 3 days and I want my fundraiser to be there fundraising. That was the reason for this call and for this meeting. The other things can wait a bit more, such as the fundraising contract and some recommendations as for votes. So that was the reason why. Mr. Rose, you were the only one that reached out to me. I haven't heard from any other EC members. And we spoke about this. If you wanted to get the 2/3 of the EC together for these votes, I'd be happy to chair the meeting. But at the moment, this is presented as something that's a bit more time sensitive than the other motions, and not to discredit how you feel about those motions, whether you feel, I don't want you to take it personal, but this was just something to make time sensitive. This is in the middle of the week. This is the second emergency meeting. In about 2 weeks, we have an event coming up, and then we're going to have an EC meeting the week after. So it could wait while we're working on all of these things. If there's no other objections, we'll bring this up to a... Yes, Mr. Rose.
So there was a conversation between a couple EC members on the official EC email channel. With those concerns, I did go ahead and send an email directly to the chair, but the request was made, and we also did confirm that according to our governing docs, it is constitutional to have multiple multiple items on an agenda for a special meeting, provided that once the agenda is set, that is the only topics that are heard at the meeting. That is what our rules state. So this would have been constitutional. This conversation happened before the agenda was released for this meeting, so it wouldn't have. We would not have been out of order. And I would like to make the point that adding a couple extra motions to the agenda, before the official agenda is released, again, does not take away from any agenda item that is the will of the chair to be on there. I'll yield.
Point of information.
Thank you, Mr. Rose. Yes, Mr. Ryan.
I do believe that there were already objections raised to not having any notice. Second of all, isn't it not that you were supposed to send agenda-related items to the secretary, not to the chair? And I do believe since we announced the meeting with this particular agenda, wouldn't we have to kind of stick to that agenda? Those are questions, but I believe.
If the rules chair is here, we could clarify a bit in regards to motions and who they need to be sent to. Yes, in general, it does get sent to the secretary. It gets approved by me. So if you guys send me motions, I'll try and forward it to the secretary. If you do have motions that you want on an EC meeting, please send it to the secretary and to myself or to the EC as a whole, just to be as uniformed as possible and as streamlined as well. Are there any other objections?
Sean Elliott, Region 11. I call the question.
So we are voting on calling the question at the moment. Would anyone like to second?
Ryan, second.
Ryan, second. All in favor of calling the question, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any opposed?
Nay.
The ayes have it. We're calling the question. All in favor with the approval of the agenda, please say aye.
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 Are there any opposed?
Nay.
The ayes have it. We move on to our business, which is for the approval of the unofficial meeting votes. And the mover is Brandy Hicks. Would anyone like to second?
Sean Elliott, second.
Sean Elliott, second. Ms. Hicks, you're recognized.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and read it, and then if there's no objection, I'll do a roll call vote.
Just read it, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I move to ratify the informal decision made by the EC on Sunday, September 30th, to pass motion number 592 and formally approve the contract between the LPF and Spencer Garber.
Thank you, Ms. Hicks. If there aren't any objections, we'll bring this up to a vote. Ms. Hicks, do you request to have a roll call vote, or would you prefer?
Actually, let's just go ahead and, if there's any objections, then I'll do a roll call vote. If there's any nays.
Are there any? Okay, so if there's no discussion, we'll bring this up to a vote.
Sean Elliott, Region 11.
Mr. Elliott, you're recognized.
Can we go ahead and do a roll call vote?
Sure.
Yeah,
Are there any other objections before we continue with the vote? Excellent. Ms. Hicks, you may begin.
Okay, hold on. I have a fussy baby. Just give me 1 second. Hold on, honey. Ryan, can you hold on for just a second? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, I vote yes. Stephen Michaelia?
I vote aye.
Chris Rose?
Nay.
Greg Peel?
Aye.
Spencer Garber?
Abstain.
Marie Morrell? Aye. Ryan Ramsey? And then Folsom was an aye. J. Mark Barfield?
Aye.
George Leibovitz?
Aye.
Sean Elliott?
Aye.
Suzanne Gilmore?
Aye.
Okay, that would be 9 ayes, 1 abstain, and 1 no.
Excellent. And Joshua Folsom's, did you already get his vote as well?
Yeah, I counted him as aye.
Okay.
You gave it to Ryan.
There's no, so because of the vote, the ayes have it, the contract is approved officially now. And we don't have any other motions at this agenda, so with that, I'm looking for someone to make a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn.
Sean Elliott, second.
Sean Elliott, second. All in favor with the motion to adjourn, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Are there any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I hope you all have a fabulous evening. Goodbye.
Goodbye.